Hello, everyone, and welcome to your general eclipse reading for April 8th, 2024. So I've already gone ahead and pulled from 3 different decks. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at 5 aspects of this eclipse. We're going to be looking at transformation, courage and awareness, self-discovery, passion and enthusiasm, and independence and trust. So let's go ahead and let's start with our first 2 cards, which come from Colette Baron-Reid's The Shaman's Dream Oracle. And our first aspect is, what area of life can we transform and let go of? And it is the lost compass, getting back to integrity. So what this card is asking us to do in the way of transformation, it's asking for you to look at where in your life are you not showing up authentically? Where are you not showing up as the joy, the love, the happiness, the excitement, the enthusiasm, the divine spark of light that you are? Where are you wearing a mask and trying to maybe fit in? Where are you wearing a mask, trying not to maybe rock the boat? And Spirit is saying we need to start transforming that. We need to start letting go of those masks, letting go of those behavioral patterns that are keeping us stuck from truly living and embodying more of that I am presence. Because remember, this eclipse is in Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it represents that I am presence. I am that I am, and that is all that I am. And it is the way in which the divine creator created us. We are created in love. We are created in joy. We are created in happiness and excitement and out of enthusiasm, out of extension. So where are we playing small? Where are we not shining our light? Where are we not in accordance with our own divine compass? Where are we not acting in integrity and from authenticity? And then our next card is, what limiting beliefs or fears could I release? And we have this beautiful card, the perfect storm, and it is the courage to step into light. And it's the courage to step into your authentic life, the courage to step truly and fully into your I am presence, to have the courage to say, you know what? Doing pottery brings me joy, or reading poetry, writing it brings me joy. And to really go out there and live the truth of who you are, embrace that truth and be like, you know what, this is something that I really like and it brings me joy. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to live that way in integrity, in my I am presence. I'm going to take that courage. And like the raven is that bridge between 2 worlds. I am going to be that bridge. I am going to stand here in the world, but know that I am not of the world, knowing that what I bring to this world, again, isn't of it. The light that I shine is not of this world, but I bring it anyway to shine upon the world. So releasing that fear of shining your light and really gathering your power back to you, your I am presence power. Remember, anytime you say I am, you are invoking that power. So remember, I am brave, I am courageous, I am creative, I am a divine spark. Use that I am power for creative extension instead of for self-deprecation and devaluation. So next, we're going to go to courage and awareness. And this is going to be from Colette Baron-Reid's The Enchanted map. And our first card is, what steps can I take to confidently pursue my desires? And the step that we can take is beautiful, coming to life. And what this card is really asking us to do is to be willing to go after those things that light us up, that make us feel good, that bring us enthusiasm, and to follow those, because those are the things in which enlighten us, enliven us, and bring us to life, to true life, to that true expression of what life is. Life is an ever flowing, ever unfolding masterpiece, and we are an intricate part of it. But when we decide to do things because someone told us to, or because it's socially acceptable, or whatever the case may be, then we go back into this stone and we're not really moving anywhere because we are not following that calling. And Spirit is asking us, do what brings you joy. That's it. Just do. And it doesn't have to be some big giant thing. And you may think to yourself, because this is something I used to think, well, I can't do things that bring me joy because, what about the obligations that I have? Or what about this? Or what about that? And we have to remember that doing things that bring us joy brings joy to those around us. Okay, we have to release that fear that says I'm being selfish or I'm being self-centered. And I will never forget my guide said, we want you to be self-centered. I was like, what? That does not sound like love. And they said, we want you to be centered in the truth of who you are. When they talk about being self-centered, they're talking about being grounded in your own divine presence, in your I am presence, in your joy, in your happiness. And then our next card is what fears or doubts or blocks may block me from that. And we have the magical map shifter. And the magical map shifter just tells us that Spirit is orchestrating everything. The highs, what we may perceive as the highs and what we may perceive as the lows, Spirit is orchestrating it all. Everything that happens, Spirit can use or can help us to see and use for the coming of our peace. Or we can, decide to view things with the ego, and then that's going to be used for our destruction. We have to remember that anything that happens is not a test from Spirit. Spirit does not test you. All Spirit is doing is saying, hey, I want to show you what resistance you have, or what rocks you have in your pocket, or what you've really been focusing on, because you're telling me you want to focus on what brings you joy, but I want to show you what is stopping you from focusing on that joy, what rocks you have in your pocket, what beliefs. And we have to trust that Spirit has our best interest at heart, because it does. Spirit knows where our talents can be best used. Spirit knows what our talents are. Spirit knows when they need to be unveiled. All we have to do is trust. Trust in the divine orchestration. Trust in that divine plan. And so our next card is self-discovery. So what is it that what new aspect of ourselves are we going to express? And we have the Celebrate You card. And notice, everyone in that card, except for the lady in the middle, has a mask on. She's taken off her mask. And so what Spirit is saying here is, be willing to express that truth of who you are. Be willing to express that I am presence, that joy, that love. Now, it doesn't mean to do it from righteous indignation, because believe you me, I've done that before and it does not work out well, because righteous indignation isn't necessarily the place you want to come from. To celebrate you, to celebrate that truth of who you are, is simply to be joy, to be happy, to be that light that you are, and to spread it wherever you are. Not in the way of being like, oh, and you get light, but simply allowing Spirit to guide you to where you're most needed, where that expression, where your divine expression is most needed in that moment. And then how can I tap into my creativity and live a more purposeful and passionate life? Give it to God, give it to your higher power, give it to your angels. And it's just saying, give all your worries, all your doubts over to Spirit. And not only that, but when we give ourselves to the divine and say, guide me, use me, move me in all ways today, we step back and we allow that I am presence, that divine, that's always connected to the divine, we give it room, and then it is able to be that divine expression. It is able to truly co-create with Spirit and become manifest here on earth. And another way of putting that is, You are the paintbrush in which the divine paints its beautiful masterpiece or brings divine expression. You are the instrument through which the divine expresses itself in the physical world. We have to be willing to let go of everything we think and think we know, and to allow ourselves to express, because that's all creativity is an expression of your soul. It is an expression of that I am presence. And I'll tell you, I never used to believe that I had any like creative ability. I was like, well, these hands are for shuffling cards and, taking care of kids and this and that. But that's all I can do. And it was because I had a block where I said, well, because I don't have the best handwriting, because I can't spell the best, because I don't use correct grammar all the time, that I can't, write. And something I forgot that I love to do is write poetry. It is something that I love. I love to write it. It fills me with joy when I'm inspired by something and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this beautiful poem. And actually, I think I want to share with you a poem that I wrote recently. And it's called The Cherry Blossoms Floating. Cherry blossoms floating everywhere in the springtime, in the warm springtime air. Their petals, pink and pale white too, swirling through the air, inspiring both me and you. For what we love is not the color that we see, but the delicate freedom that we see. We see how the wind guides them to and fro, gathering them up ever so to make beautiful patterns in the air, on the ground, out at sea somewhere. This inspires us to be the conduits for such beauty. We can be a conduit for this true beauty, for this blossoming to come along, to be moved by power, both ancient and strong, that knows how to move us intentionally to make a true masterpiece that we may not see, but it knows the truth, it knows the way. All we have to do is allow ourselves to play with this treasured song of the wind, to play with it, and it'll always make us win. We will always find a way to be, we will always find our way if we will allow ourselves to be like the cherry blossoms floating from the tree. So something that we don't have any cherry blossoms, but it's the dagwood trees that I have around my house. And there's just all the white petals. And I was just like, I feel so inspired. And I literally spoke it into my phone. And then I wrote it down when I got home. And it was just something that really just brought me a lot of joy. So allowing ourselves to be that conduit, giving ourselves to the divine. You can also use the healer's prayer from A Course in Miracles. And you can use that before you go into any place. And with this, I will say, you have to say it and you have to mean it. This isn't just words that you're going to say. You have to really mean it. And I am only here to be truly helpful. I don't have to know what to do or what to say, because he who sent me will direct me. I will heal as he teaches me how to heal. Thine will be done. Amen. And you don't have to use the amen. It's just something I use. And you don't even have to use the word he. You can just insert universe or divine force, whatever feels good for you. And so next, we're going to go to passion. And so this is what brings me the most joy and excitement during this time. And we have from Colette Baron-Reid's The Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. And these cards were from Sonia Choquette's The Answer is Simple. So we have the Shadow Queen. And this is all about acquiring knowledge and just loving the light that we are. And that's what's really exciting, is learning more about who we are. I had forgotten my passion for writing poetry. I can't tell you how many poems I have written since I rediscovered it, how many short stories I've just come up with off the top of my head because it just felt good. And I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't done this in so long. And it just felt so good. And so, that's that excitement, is learning and shining that light of awareness and being like, wow, I have this wonderful gift that I forgot about, that maybe I hid because I didn't think I was good enough. For me, a very good friend of mine, and I did Maston Kips, like power. I can't remember what it was, something about power. And, that was something that we had discovered, that, I had this thing about in like third grade, that about a red marker. And that my teacher, like, circled, and basically the whole paper was red. And I felt like I was a failure. And I was like, I'm a terrible person, because she just kind of laughed and was like, this is the most red I've ever put on a paper. And I felt terrible. I was like, oh my God, I'm a failure at life. And so in that moment, I decided I'm going to put that talent, I'm going to put that joy and excitement away, because it's kind of seen as not very good. So I'm not going to do it. And so reacquiring that knowledge has brought me great joy. So, what steps can I take to infuse my life with more passion and purpose? And we have the camel boy. Take small steps towards what brings you joy. You don't have, again, I started with writing poems again, with writing short stories again. Those are things that bring me joy. Those are small little steps, but I had to explore. I tried coloring, not for me. I tried painting, not for me. And it wasn't until I was like, okay, this is for me because this feels good. So take those small steps, do little discoveries. Like, what is something that excites you? What's something that brings you joy? What's something that lights you up? And again, brings you to life. Take small steps towards that. No one is asking you to go from like depression to joy. All spirit is saying is, hey, why don't you just take one step up and I'll meet you there. And if you take another step up, I'll meet you there. And hey, if you take another step up, I'll meet you there, because I'm going to meet you everywhere. I'm going to meet you at each step, if you will allow me. And then our last one is the independence and steps to trust. So in what way can I be more dependent, interdependent? The most important relationship that we can have with ourselves and is with ourselves. And once we are comfortable and really have that sacred union within ourselves and understanding that I am, and that is all that I am. I am divine feminine, I am divine masculine, I am the inner child, I am the inner crone, I am the inner wizard. I am all of these things and even more. And we can come into this sacred union with ourselves and truly love, honor, and accept who we are, then that's what real, like, radiating love is. When we love ourselves, we radiate that love out. We can send love to other people, and that's fine, that's great. But it's much more powerful when you love yourself and then you send that love to another person, because then that love is coming from, it's self to self. You're not trying to heal anybody. You're not trying to you're just a beacon of love because you love who you are. You have that sacred union with yourself, and that allows you to collaborate with others and allows others to collaborate with you, because again, they feel that love. They are attracted to that. They're like, ooh, there's something about that person. I don't know. I really like to be around them, or I really want to work with them. I really want to, whatever the case is. And then our last one is, how can I trust spirit more? And when this card came out, I just had to laugh a little bit, because it's the spirit whisperer, divine guidance and higher knowing. It's trusting your intuition. It's taking small steps every day to, again, get in contact with that I am presence, that intuition, that higher connection to truth that we all have. Everyone is intuitive. Everyone has psychic abilities. All we have to do is just take those small steps towards trusting it. And it doesn't mean that you have to try to predict your life or predict what's going to happen. All it means is, go to your closet, spirit, what would you have me wear today? You want me to wear shorts? You want me to wear jeans? You want me to wear light jeans, dark jeans? Which way do you want me to go for a walk? Which way would you have me drive? What do you want me to have for lunch today? Do you think I should have blueberries today? Like, again, you're playing with spirit, you're interacting with it more and more. And that's how you build trust. And again, first, it's going to seem like you are talking to the wall and you're going to be like, I'm not getting anything. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up. You're taking small steps towards that I amness. And you'll start to feel things, but you have to start. You know, the moment you take one step towards spirit, spirit takes 10 steps towards you. But you got to take that step, and it has to be a consistency thing. And that's the other thing with that sacred union. When it comes to partnerships with yourself or with others, it demands commitment and consistency from both parts. Spirit is always consistent. Spirit is always showing you love, telling you that it loves you, it knows that it loves you. It's us that kind of vacillate between man, type of thing. And we have to really make that commitment to ourselves. And when I say ourselves, make that commitment to that I am presence. I am going to show up more fully and completely and authentically. I am going to embody that love and joy that I am. I am a creative. I am a being of creation, which means I am creative. And my creations go out into the world because they are created in love. So that is our eclipse reading. And if we just kind of sum this up, this is about you tapping in to the truth of who you are, following what brings you joy, celebrating who you are, allowing yourself to be used by spirit, acknowledging with small steps the divine guidance and the divine being that you are, and that spirit is orchestrating everything for your highest and best good. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for being here. And if you're interested in your own personalized reading, then you can visit my website, awakeningmiracles.org. And Awakening Miracles is all one word. Thank you again. And I wish you many blessings on this eclipse. Bye for now.